Hello guys, NautoAis here. So of course, if you read my community page on this secondary channel, I did say there's going to be only 3 left for 2023. One already is up, which is the Game Awards, and of course the next one is the lost thoughts of my thoughts of Switch Force in 2022. That's going to be during Christmas weekend, and then the last one, well, you just have to wait and see. However, there was a big breaking news that happened, so I want to give my thoughts about it because I'm sort of there's a connection, of course, during summer, which I do as special, and that is really E3 is officially shutting down, so there will not be an E3 2024. I'll give my thoughts about that, but before that, I want to do a follow-up on the Games Award, and apparently I did say that nothing happened, which of course, if you saw the presentation, nothing did happen. However, credit to Omni, apparently the Bill Clinton kid actually, for whatever reason, able to go inside on the Peacock Theater to be at the Game Awards. So wait a minute, like, how is that even possible? I thought he is banned. Well, yes, because apparently what happened was he got a letter, and yes, like, no duh, as expected, he's permanently banned at the Game Awards because of what he did in 2022. So it's kind of weird that he's trying to bullshit. Hey, look, I'm in 2023 Game Awards. And of course, there were people that are saying, hey, look, the Bill Clinton kid is there. So they probably found out and said, yeah, you need to leave or we're going to call the police. Because whether you like or not, it is trespassing because he's banned. And he can say, well, I'm going to file a complaint. Well, you kind of did something dangerous last year. Think about that. But it is what it is. Whatever. It's kind of weird that he was actually there. Was he going to do something? I don't know. It is what it is there. So now the main feature, E3 is officially done. They're shutting down. No more E3 in the future. Is it a good thing or it's a bad thing? Well, the majority of people say it is a bad thing because whether you like it or not, E3 is the Super Bowl of video games. It's basically in one place where they give the news announcement about new games coming out for the future. Now, of course, starting in 2020 because of the pandemic, it kind of basically was difficult. And then for some of the company, believe it or not, it was too expensive. So, was it written in the wall when E3 after a while, like, it just wasn't good as before? Yes, because of the social media aspect, YouTube, Twitch, streaming, the internet society. Internet's becoming a big thing because in the past, in the 90s, yeah, there was no internet until early 2000, but it was still in infant stage until 2005, and that's when internet was starting to grow, but it wasn't a big thing until now. That's what. And of course, in 2013 with Nintendo, they kind of opened Pandora's box. It is what it is. Love them or you hate them. They kind of were the one that started that you don't need E3 to do your stuff, and they didn't. For people who don't know what happened, because of the, well, sort of an embarrassment with the E3 2012 with the Wii U and Nintendo Land. People didn't understand what it was. And apparently there was some sort of rumor that there was a big game they're going to show, but they backed out in the last minute, kind of assy, but it is what it is. And that's what happened. So they just said, you know what? We can't be doing this. Starting in 2013 and beyond, we're just going to do a Nintendo Direct. We're just going to use YouTube. We're just going to stream it. A lot of people, including myself, said it was not a good idea. However, Nintendo proved me wrong, just like the Amiibo. Yeah, they were in the right course. People knew it. They knew it that it was going to be cost effective. There you go. Other company are following suit. Sony was doing it. To some extent, I know some company were doing it. I know one company in the past, SNK Playmore, used to go to E3 in the past, but then at one point they just said, we're stopping. It was just too expensive for us. We can't do anything about it. It is what it is. Like, for some company, depends like how big you are, they can't afford it. It's too expensive. Why not just do your own thing? Again, right now, the internet space makes more sense. So am I bummed out? Maybe a bit, because it's sort of a historic thing, especially part of my channel. June E3 special. Usually I give my opinion about the announcement. I do showcase that's related to E3 to some extent. And looking back up what happened, now it's like, yeah, you know, And like I said, did it start in 2020? Well, to some extent with the pandemic. But even before that, they were trying to tone it down. They were trying to cut back. And it's like, it's not the same as in the past. Again, because of the internet aspect, people can just watch it on the internet. Nintendo Direct, State of Play, Xbox Showcase, whatever presentation, they can just do it themselves. Again, can you blame Nintendo for starting that domino effect? Sure. I mean, it kind of makes sense. But to some extent, well, they were right. They had predicted that, guess what? Why do this spend so much money? We can just do it on like a Nintendo Direct on YouTube. Again. So in the future, they're just probably going to do it. I mean, so what's the alternative? Well, you got Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest. I mean, it's good enough for what it is. And of course, that's another problem that Jeff Keighley was a big part of E3. There was some sort of bubble and he left, so he did his own thing. And it was more interesting than E3. And of course, there was no E3 2022. There was E3 2021. There was no E3 2022 because of a lot of kerbuckle. And then 2023, Repop, in charge of the other presentations such as PAX, they were trying to do something with E3 and that failed. They said, not working, we're leaving. So it is written in the wall. It's like eventually, it's like, what do you need it? I mean, it sucks to some extent. Kind of like the physical media. A lot of people, the general consumer, rather just do it digitally because it's more convenient. Yeah, I know it's like, wow, don't you care about preservation? Well, for most of them, probably not because, it is what it is. What can you do? So let's see what happened in 2024. Maybe, like I said, the Summer Game Fest is going to be there. And of course, Games Award 2024 is going to be their 10th anniversary, but that's a different story. Yes, I know. Please wrap it up. That's going to be a big thing, but that'll be a long way. But yes, it is unfortunate. Things are changing. People have to adapt. You're going to have that Nintendo Direct, State of Play, Xbox Showcase. Like I said, other presentation. Makes more sense. Cut back. And of course, you know what's happening in 2023. Massive layoff. Again, kind of sucked to some extent, but it's kind of understandable why they're not doing it. It's in the past. E3 did its job on a time where there was no internet or it was very infancy. Now that the internet's in the adult stage, what do you need E3 to some extent? I mean, gather everyone into one place, yes, but most of them probably don't want to do it and they rather do their own thing. What can you do? Anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts. It is unfortunate, but like I said, it kind of makes sense because of what's happening. They tried it time and time again, it wasn't working. A lot of companies rather do their own thing rather than bring it to the LA theater and spend a lot of money just to showcase. I mean, it's kind of really bummer for people who want to go there, kind of like, write a story like, hey, I was in E3 because, I wasn't ever. So that's why I'm not so bummed out. Because you got to be like a big name to go there. From what I understand, I knew friends that tried it, but they did manage to get in. Different story there. Anyway, yeah, so it's official. E3 is done. No more E3 2024. Nothing's gonna be offering whatever. Maybe just like I said, Jeff Keighley's Game Fest makes sense, and probably their own Direct, Nintendo Direct. Like I said, they're gonna have their own. They always do. Sony, Microsoft, you get it. And then the question is, what about for my channel during June? Well, I just call it the Summer Game Special. That's it. Not much big, not really fancy about it, but basically whatever they announce during the Summer Game Fest from Jeff Keighley or whatever, I'll just give my opinion about it. But yeah, so a bit of a spoiler, of course. June of 2024, there will be NautoAis Game Showcase Summer Game Special 2024. Anyway, with that, I'll see you guys later.